We're recording.
Hello, recording.
Yes. Hello, recording. And thanks everyone for joining us again, assuming that you are joining us.
See, that's the fun part about recordings. Like, if they can hear you saying it, that means they are. Yay!
No, yeah. We have a lot to go over, I suppose. A few things have happened that are of note, but I think that before we do that, we should take a moment and step back and get to know our players a little bit more. I don't think we ever really introduced the persons behind the characters. So I say we go around. If you want, I can start. I'm Derek Rice. I publish under the name DM Rice, and I've been DMing for, God, how long has it been? Like 5 years, something like that?
Yeah.
I've run a few multi-year campaigns, and this is probably the third or fourth one. And most of the work that I do in D&D is just appropriation of other stories or other popular D&D things, of which this is kind of included. But I do other stuff. I make music. I write poetry. I'm at school for creative writing. And all of those things happen outside of this place. You can find me on Twitter at QuizLemon. I'm on Instagram. Anyways, David, go.
Oh, damn it. I'm David. I read a manga called Dorohedoro and I cry a lot. That's about it. Who's next?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, I am Keaton. I put out various works of audio and perhaps in the future a visual kind under the name My Unexpected Pleasure. You can find me on the Twitters and Instagrams. I've been dungeon mastering for a solid 6 or 7 years or so. Mostly 5th edition, but I'm a super big fan of Planescape, and I was able to get Derek into that, so here we are playing a game in Sigil. I have 2 cats. Their names are Vashti and Bunyan, and I'm not afraid to smoke on camera, but because Derek has asked me to, I will not smoke cigarettes on camera.
Wait, that's not what I asked.
We can only make one.
That's not what you were asking?
Just the Budski. I don't mind cigarettes.
I'm going to make it clear. I don't give a fuck what you think about what I do. Not you, Derek. You're fine. But all the other people on the other side of the camera, I don't give a shit. You academics can fuck off. Oh, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, but we drink wine. That's me. Welcome to me. It's going to be how I am.
You also ran a little mini label, Audible Donuts. Collaborated with Richard.
Oh, yeah. Do a lot of
really great EP.
On and off work with the man, Richard Erie. The myth at this point, the legend. He's now
a recluse.
He now farms.
Yeah, he's got the farm thing.
I keep in touch with him. We talk about fantasy novels. If you need a fantasy novel recommendation, I recommend the Cosmere series by Brandon Sanderson. I'm done. Travis, go.
Hello. I am Travis. I play mostly player characters. I like making a bunch of player characters. I played D&D with Keaton. That's my first. He popped my cherry the first time, and
also we played T-ball together in elementary school before we were actually friends.
Did.
Oh,
we have a long history.
Way back.
Very long history.
Adorable little baby boys.
We were in like kindergarten or first grade.
Something like that.
We have a long history, and I was brought in because I am nerdy and I play Warhammer and I'm addicted to it, and it's like crack, and I don't know. It's
more expensive.
It's a lot like crack. That is my big addiction right now. If you need to know something about me, I think about it constantly. It keeps me up at night. Start scratching all the super glue from my fingers. I'm also a musician.
You were in the band Travie and the Beatus?
Yes.
Fucking some kind of core band.
Some kind of core band.
We are on a hiatus due to careers and COVID. but I also drum on my spare time, and I do vocals in my spare time. So
I was
I didn't
thinking
know
about
that.
that today. I want to do
Cool.
some work with you where you're drumming and singing.
I just started singing for random people on Omegle recently, and I made 2
Mhm.
people cry.
Aw.
Wow,
I was like, damn, my heart.
that's beautiful.
Omegle's weird.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
weird.
separate
Anyways,
conversation.
yep.
And last but not least,
I'm Joe. I'm gonna say the G word. I'm a classic gamer. That's all I do
Oh.
all day.
is it
That's
wrong
all I
that there
do
was
all day.
a why? That over my head.
You're an e-boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
No, I'm not that. I'm not that at all. God no. Yeah. This is like my second ever campaign playing D&D, so I'm still pretty new. I'm still pretty fresh out the womb on this. So. But other than that, yeah,
Well, we're
I love
happy
it.
to have you.
This is my new crack.
Yeah.
New cracks and old. I still feel really new as a DM. I know that it sounds kind of silly. I've been playing for so many years,
Mhm.
but like there's the novelty of it hasn't worn off on me. And every session, I find myself thinking, "Oh my god, this next one is like the one." Like it is all leading up to this next thing, and that's constantly. I think that's why I keep doing it, because it's always like, "Oh, what is going to happen next week?"
That's a lot how I approach
Yeah.
writing my homebrew games also, is that I usually don't have anything planned out more than a single session in advance. Like, I might know some of the main beats that I want the story to hit, but like it's just like, all right, set something up for 1 week, see what they do with it, and then write next week's based off of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird. It becomes like a sort of self-perpetuating wheel of story, and the people who are at the table have such a big impact. I think that's why I just wanted to take a little second and turn the camera around before we come back into the city of Sigil.
Sorry, everybody. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Very respectable.
I guess that we'll wait because part of the recap involves Theodis. And also, fun facts, the name that I chose for the wild magic sorcerer who had a baby on stage, Simon Everett, is a real person who really exists and goes to school here, actually.
I was
Oh,
gonna
really?
Whose name that I used accidentally offhand. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Oof,
you're-
I hope he doesn't
yeah.
find this.
hopefully nothing will come of it.
Yeah, I think he'd be charmed by it. I would like to be famous like that.
All appearances to reality are coincidental.
I mean, I should hope so. Otherwise, the hook would get like way more entertaining.
That would be weird if just like it was sort of like Dante's Inferno. You see people in these compromising scenarios.
That's basically what it was. I'm not gonna lie. Remember the dude with the kids' toy? He was
In
on his
the
own.
Inferno?
No, in the hook.
Oh, the kid's toy?
Yeah,
he did.
he got up on stage with a guitar.
He had
He
a
sang
little-
like half a song, and then
Because
just
the hook brings you back. And I'm gonna have
think
Blues
I
Traveler
remember
stuck in
that.
my head.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Second
are we gonna
Oh,
have
can
some?
you do the thing with the that secret key thing for me?
Yeah.
Or does it not matter for this session? I don't know.
No, I can send you that. It should be the same one. I think you should just be able to copy paste the one that I sent you last time.
Could we get them dungeon core
Yeah.
I should
or
have it still.
ambient
Oh,
hearthy
Yeah.
D&D
I'll go do
sound?
that a long key.
Dungeon Core.
Maybe that's more dramatic than I'm
Dungeon
thinking, but-
Core is probably a lot heavier than you want. I'm just gonna pull up the Dungeon Synth archives. Ooh, this is a
Just
cool.
as well.
Ooh, I like this cover. Fucking Hobbit. One sec. Music channel. Sounds cool already. Dash play.
Oh, it all takes me back to Borean. Okay.
Very dramatic music for what's about to go down.
It's a very dramatic setting, honestly.
We are having a moment, yeah, I would say. And to recap, last week you decided to basically abandon your second home because it was infested with vampires and compromised. There was a brief altercation. You shot some beams of energy and fire at the fleeing vampire bats. And you splintered off. Blake Sunny went ahead for her bar shift at the Grim Journeyman. Theodos and Cedric passed through the ladies' ward, where Theodos bought a snake named Leo. Leo has been a little bit temperamental, but has followed your instructions and has kept close to you and hasn't bitten anyone else so far.
I love him.
And your traveling companion, Cedric Dawnbringer, was scalded by an Alderon Lightbringer for associating with you, Theodos,
Yep,
as
the guy with the
you
dick.
passed by the Temple of Palor. And Cedric was forbidden from entrance until he made up with the high-ranking clergy member.
Unfortunately.
Meanwhile,
The guy with the dick.
Performance Art Night continues at the Grim Journeyman. And or had continued up to that point at the Grim Journeyman. And I believe at this point, the sort of matroness, the hostess of Performance Art Night, Julia Kloreski, comes up to Blake and asks her if she wants to perform. Cedric and Theodos enter into the bar. Ollie is sitting at the bar itself, and you can see that one of his compatriots, a bugbear named Grack, has come up and they're talking. Grack is drinking a big mug of ale.
Cool.
And yeah, so that's what's kind of happening there immediately. I think that Theodos and Cedric, you were talking about getting another home, maybe previously where you were. You know, Blake Sunny was going back to the place where you went in the Central District, but you've stopped in for food and drink. Yeah, you come into the Grim Journeyman, and it is just another day. They're in between performances, but you can see that the stage is lit up. It's a rather dark cast stone tavern with sconces on the walls and large circular tables where various people, mainly clad in robes and ragged apparel, whisper among each other and drink goblets of wine, thick brew.
Cool.
And where's
So-
Bast?
You don't see Bass.
Oh,
You do see a single rat scurry along the sides of the walls as you enter into the room.
Yeah,
And
but
your
what
snake
about Bast's?
hisses from your shoulder.
What about Bast's recap?
And yeah, on the other side of things, Bass, you went to the Hall of Records.
Oh, I remember where I am now.
Yeah. You went to the Hall of Records to investigate the whereabouts of the Sunny family. You had a vendetta against the vampires and wanted to contact them because they're famous vampire hunters, and you thought that you might be able to make a business proceeding together.
Look, I was just doing what anyone who had my problem would do.
It's fine. You made an appointment for the next day with a Regina Violet cloak, who had a very obnoxious voice. And you found out that she didn't like Blake Sunny very much. That there were tensions there in her family. you had a really riveting discussion with a local orc man about prejudice, and you made your way to give a deposition after a little Modron nearly crashed into you carrying a message, which seemed to indicate as such. And as you make it to the end of the line in the courthouse for the public court rooms, the examination rooms and interview spaces, you realize that you have something in your pockets that you do not want to pass through this checkpoint. There are 4 guards who are spaced out roughly in front of you, and you're in a large, I guess, chamber space. There are a number of cordoned off choke points that lead to separate parts of the court, but you sort of are able to tell roughly that you can either kind of go deeper into the system where there are different staircases and passageways leading through the court system itself, or you can head back towards where you came, where there was sort of a hallway space before the grand room itself. And you have already put your swords down on the table inside one of those little like security trays. And the guards are calling for you to come forward and looking at you expectantly. You can see that the wizard who was in front of you in line is also sort of looking at you expectantly. And there's a brief kind of hanging on in the air. What do you are saying that you're not going to go through, that you have an appointment?
I go invisible as I reach for my swords.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh no.
Starting off strong.
Yeah,
I'm only
that's
reaching
great.
for them because I need them, not because I want to use them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They don't know that.
Oh, I got a 6.
Cool.
But I go invisible first, right?
Yeah, that you do that as your bonus.
Got it.
Free action bonus round. 6 for Bass, and for now, there we go. So you go invisible, and the next thing that happens is around about 3 of the guards who are clustered there behind you, a fireball detonates in front of you.
What the fuck?
And they have to make dexterity saving throws.
Do I?
It is not in your space, no. And they fail their saves.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck!
And you can see a bandaged up creature with little fox ears sort of come up and crouch down next to you. And yes, she can see you, or it appears as if she can see you, and she says, "Come this way if you want to live."
Okay, just give me 1 second.
And it is your turn.
I grab my swords from the box and follow them.
Your swords, you can feel that there is like a force that's keeping it. It's like the box is magnetized. I need you to make a strength check.
You got this.
You got this.
So you're able to grab both the swords and the hilts smoothly out, and that is your action.
And then I
You
move.
begin. Cool. So you begin running back toward the door, yeah?
I move in the direction of the person who whispered at me indicated.
She sends you along sort of one of the walls near sort of a row of large pillars.
Yeah, I just follow their instructions. They seem to be having my best interests at heart currently.
Mhm.
And it's too late for me not to want to be their accomplice, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. Just give me 1 second. It is now the guard's turn.
Fuck.
God.
Fucking hardheads. Are these mercy killers or harmonium?
These are harmonium guards.
Alright.
And you can see that two of them have caught their attention on your companion, who, as I said, is kind of bound up mostly in rags with tufts of fur coming out and little fox ears. And they begin making their way towards her and strike with long spears.
These cops strike first, ask questions later? God damn.
They have set a fireball off.
Oh, is it apparent that it's that person who threw a fireball?
They are able to see, yes.
They watched them make the fireball and throw it.
Well, it exploded in front and they moved into the space.
And they're certain that this is the person who made it.
Certain enough to attack with their spears. One of them hits
Pieces.
once.
Ahab. All harmonium are bastards.
I mean,
I'll drink to
that's
that.
a separate story. That's fair. And that is some damage. The spear goes into her shoulders. The other two guards kind of fall back and go up to the checkpoint, like the metal detector part, and they press a button on it, and the sconces, the lit torches on the side of it go from green flame to red flame. And it is back to the top of the round. The Arcanoloth, seeing that she's engaged with these two hard hats, is going to cast a Finger of Death on one of them.
Holy shit, what the fuck are these cops? Why do cops have fingers of death?
This
What
is the
the
person who is in your stead.
Oh, okay. I thought you just said the cop fingered someone to death.
No, no. They succeed on their saving throw. They only take half damage.
Fuck this. Fuck them. Fuck this person helping me. This is fucked.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand quickly. And they go down. They die. That one
Oh,
guard,
fuck.
hard hat. And the other one sort of takes a step back and says, "Reinforcements!" And it is now, it is at this point, I should say, that a human, sort of a stout human man steps in through the crowd and attempts to grapple your companion. Just kind of goes
Not my
into
companion.
well, this person who is near you and who can see you.
don't know that guy.
But the creature dodges out of the way of the attack, and they sort of bull rush through them, kind of bumping up against you, but not causing you any real trouble, Bast. It is now your turn. What do you
Fucking
do?
peace. Any and every way possible, I get the fuck out. With my legs.
Cool. So the crowd that was in the line and the people who were here already
I
are
jump over
beginning
them.
to disperse. It's going to slow you down.
Even with my mirthful leap.
Is that a feature?
Yes.
Ooh, what does it say?
Mirthful leaps. I can make a long or high jump and roll a d8 and add the number rolled to the number of feet covered, even when making a standing jump. And if I need to, I will cast the jump spell to triple my distance. I believe I calculated it to be around 40 feet or so that I can standing leap from with this jump spell.
You think it would probably be better to
Well, this is what I
not
want to
cast
do.
that spell.
Yeah.
You can definitely do your mirthful leap though, and it will help you kind of push your way through the crowd. And you're able to get roughly halfway there at this juncture, moving along the side of the courthouse still,
Invisibly.
invisibly. Yeah. Meanwhile,
And I'll
this,
dash. Like, I'll use my action to dash and get as far as
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You do that, and it is now the guards' turn. A few of them are going to continue engaging with the creature who came to your assistance,
Fucking
and they
wrong guy to help.
strike her with spears a couple of times. And you can tell that she takes some pretty significant damage.
They knew what they were getting themselves into.
It's fair. And
These are just Bast's thoughts.
one of them actually comes through at this point with it sort of looks like those handle leashes that they use for dogs, with the little plastic end ring at the end of it.
Oh, my.
Except it's got sort of razor vine, and they wrap it around this creature's neck, and the claws that are around them are burned and singed away as she attempts to cast a dimension door, teleportation spell of one kind or the other.
They brought out
And
the man
you see
catchers.
what looks like an arcanoloth whose body is covered with burns and singes and open wounds that are scabbed and leaking and revealing sort of portions of bone and innards, and with a really, really manged and a vicious look on her face, directed toward you.
Fuck. Oh. I didn't ask for their stupid help. Look at me
And-
like that. I don't know you.
And she says, "Run!"
That
And
was
it's like a message.
yeah.
And I believe that is her turn.
Don't have to tell me once. I'm out.
Oh my god, this is wonderful.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it is at this point that you, Bast, are able to see sort of step their way through the crowd a little happy gnome man in black robes with a little golden buckle keeping them together. It looks like tentacles put together in a sort of infinity symbol. And they are wearing a pair of golden glasses, or wide set goggles of one kind or the other. And they turn around they cast a spell. At you.
At me?
Yes, they can see you. They have goggles.
Great.
And so from their staff, tendrils of black necrotic energy begin rushing in your direction. And this little gnome man sort of wistfully says, I've already told the rest about you. And they toot on a little horn, doo, doo, but it doesn't make any sound for you. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I'll make it with advantage since this is obviously something magical, right?
This is definitely a spell.
15. 15.
15 fails. And these tendrils surround you. Let's see. Let me take 14 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And this these tendrils of necrotic energy are kind of coalescing around you, not quite revealing you, but your
No,
general
I
form
maintain
is
my
outlined there.
concentration on my invisibility.
Oh, good.
That's a mechanic I'm gonna follow.
That's what's most important. It is now your turn, Bast.
All right. So am I? What?
You're not restrained or
Okay.
anything like that. It's just that this energy, it's almost like a witch bolt or something like that. The energy is focused on you.
Right.
You think that you have freedom of movement.
Got it. Do I have any quick ideas about possibly being able to sever this, or would that involve probably just smacking that dude in the fucking nose? Breaking his, I would probably have to break his
Experience
concentration.
tells you that this is probably a concentration spell, just based on the look in
So
their
is he
eyes.
like in front of me, like in my path?
He is, yeah. He's stood between you and the easiest way out.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna charge him. With the pommel of my sword out. I'm gonna try and break his nose, but I'm not trying to like kill him or anything.
That's fine. Go
But,
ahead
yeah.
and make an attack roll.
Okay.
We'll just say it's a regular attack with your sword.
Okay.
It is an attack.
I'd say 23 to hit.
23 hits. Yes, definitely.
And so I've got one sword sheathed, and this is like the first time I've ever used a sword one-handed or two-handed. I put both hands on the pommel, and I just fucking bring the pommel straight into the bridge of his nose. And I'm gonna deal either 14. Let's see if I can get a little more.
You don't
than
get
that.
the extra D4.
That's fine. I deal 15 damage.
Cool. And let me just check his concentration. He also passes. For 15?
Yeah, he would just have to roll a DC 10.
Yeah, he passes. He rolls an 18 on the die. And cool. It is.
Wait, what is this? Is this guy? What is this guy wearing? Who is he? What organization is he from? Because I would recognize it. Probably.
You recognize when you get close to him under his armor. It almost looks like he is dressed like a mind flayer. He has the armor and the sort of arraignment of a high-ranking mind flayer.
Do I feel anything that doesn't feel like the bridge of a gnome nose when I slam into the face?
It is a gnome.
Wearing Mind Flayer clothes?
That's what they're wearing, yes.
That doesn't make any sense to either me or Bast, and that's exciting. So, but yeah, he rams into him, and he's just gonna try and like shove him aside and just keep like barreling past. If I may, actually,
the eye of Renella is on you.
If I may, this was my turn, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him twice because I get 2 attacks.
Okay.
wanna...
The first one's with the pommel of your sword. Is this? What's the second attack?
The second, it's a double pommel. Like,
oof.
It's just bop bop.
Okay.
27 to hit.
27. Yes, you hit, and the
8 more.
wave of necrotic energy is dissipated, but you become visible, don't you?
No. Yes, you're right. Yes, I do.
You do. And yes. So it is at this point that you hear call. Is that your turn, first of all?
If I've moved as far as I can with my 35 walking speed / mirthful leap.
So you're able
after
to
that.
move past this gnome, and you can see standing next to the exit are 2 very large, almost Goliath creatures in red set, rusted armor with 10-foot poles and long spears. And you can see that one of them appears to have taken a particular notice toward you, seeing what just occurred. And he calls out, "You cannot escape justice!" and begins walking towards you.
Fuck. It's not my turn anymore. Fuck. All right.
It is not your turn. He is going to take out a halberd. And he has a shield. And well, actually, no. This one is gonna throw a pair of manacles first.
Real quick, Derek, have you seen the planar man catchers?
Yes, I saw it in the book,
Cool.
and that's what they used on the
That's what I
other
Just
creatures.
making sure, because those are cool,
Yes.
and I'm scared to see them.
Are cool. And this person, you can see that they have long poles with spears, but they don't necessarily look like man catchers. And this person throws a set of manacles, but they go wide, and actually they end up hitting the little gnome that is caught up. Oh, no, damn it!
Wait, sorry, repeat that.
One of the guards attempts to throw a set of magical manacles at you, Bast, but they swing wide, and they actually cuff the gnome who is attacking you.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. They are smacked against the wall of the building.
Oh, shit! Sorry, I just had a revelation.
It's cracking the code.
No, yeah, it's slowly being cracked. It had something to do with this thing not being a ceramorph, but being dressed like one. But I don't know if Bass knows about that, so sorry. Yeah, he gets manacled. Whose turn is it now?
You can see that there is a swarm of people who have begun all heading toward the exit at once, and a few of them are beginning to push their way past the one guard who is left to try and work crowd control there. And several other members of the Harmonium begin flooding into the space from the outside. And we'll say only 3 of them join the Mercy Killer, who is coming toward you, Bast. But you can see that one of them does have the plane catcher in tow. And it is now one of the random person's turns. From nowhere, you can see a female Triton sort of storm her way through a random guard, and she says, "This is for Maghazal!" And she thrusts her trident through this guard person and sort of sneaks her way out of the court.
You say that name again?
She says, "This is for Maghazal."
Okay. And she with a Triton?
Yep.
And what did she do?
She is just part of the roar of people who are rushing the exit, but she takes her Triton, her staff, trident, through one of the Harmonium guards, and she doesn't kill him, but she sort of severely maims him, runs trident through its upper kind of neck, jugular area. And they fall to the ground.
What the fuck is going on? Is it my turn yet?
It is now your turn. Yes, you can see that there are several guards between you and the door, and they're encroaching on you. What do you do?
I reach into my pocket and I touch the essence of Quicksilver and try and detect a portal.
You can see that it is glowing. And when you pull it out, you feel... Make an Arcana
I don't want
check.
to pull it out. Like, I do not want to reveal it.
You
like,
don't pull it
I
out,
want to
but-
do this in my pocket if I can.
You can feel it lowly vibrating, yes.
Mm-hmm. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana check, yeah.
Chris, Arcana check. Do you give us inspirations?
I have, but I don't know if you still
You
have
don't do. You
inspiration.
don't do
I
the
think-
beginning of the game inspiration thing.
What? No. So you do not. You feel that the item is invigorated, but you're not able to see a portal immediately from where you are. Meanwhile,
Is that my turn? Was that an action?
well, I suppose you still do have an action. We can finish out your turn.
I go invisible.
Okay.
I go invisible and I move away from where I was standing. Ideally towards the door, but I'm not there anymore.
Okay.
And that's my turn after I use all of my movement that I can.
Right. So you
35 feet of it.
make sort of a lateral movement closer toward the information desk, which is sort of on a walled off section near the entranceway. And from what you can tell, you think that the Harmonium guards,
They've got a riot on their hands now for some reason.
yeah, seem mostly pretty busy, but the Mercy Killer is seemingly more focused on something other than the ensuing riot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the Grim Journeyman, Theodis and Cedric, you make your way inside. What do? You see Blake Sunny behind the bar. There's an octopus there talking to a bugbear. The stage is currently empty, and you can see a tall human woman with curly hair and a silly mind flayer dress chatting up Blake Sunny.
I wave at Blake Sunny and go, Blake! Blake Sunny! Blake!
Oh, dudes, over here! Over, dudes!
Yeah, I guess
I'm
we're
like-
gonna go straight over.
And I say, come on, Kendrick, let's go. And we're gonna try and get some food and drink here. We're a little bit parched and a little hungry after the home buying.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
you mentioned wanting to get a chicken leg. You can't get pheasant here.
Ooh, that sounds good. Get some pheasant for me and Leo.
You were also led here by like a crowd of like 40 sentient rats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like,
they like transform
Chicken.
to a giant pointing finger.
yeah.
Here we are.
Blake Sunny, could you make a perception check as
Oh,
you
fuck.
have this conversation?
Okay, that's good because I have really big fucking eyes and ears. Here we go.
Oh, that's right.
Big ass, big ears.
Well, I only got an 11.
You're not able to notice anything unusual behind the bar. There
Cool.
appears to be a gray elf in the corner who has some large sack, a large black sack, and they're looking pensively at it and then
Nice.
looking at the stage, and it's almost like a little spotlight falls on them as they're like, oh.
Tell me
You
more
can
about
tell
this
that
black
they're,
sack.
trying to work up the courage to participate, I think.
I notice this as my friends come and approach me. I continue talking to the lady and I'm like, I'm not going on stage right now, dude, but if Ollie needs help, I will. But speaking of, and I'm gonna grab these two and kind of like whisk them off to like a quiet corner, I guess, of the Green Genuine. Hey, did you get my rats?
That was you?
Yeah,
that was,
baby.
that was weird. Didn't know what to make of that.
Yeah, baby.
I'm a show woman. Leave me alone. Anyway, I need a favor.
Okay.
You see that octopus over there? Over there.
That's the guy that used me as a puppet.
Sorry
don't-
about that.
It's
I don't-
true. I did forget he did that. He's having a rough day. If you could laugh at his jokes, that would be really appreciated. I will pay.
Wait, hang on. You want me to forcefully laugh at this guy who used me as a puppet?
I will pay. I have a lot of money, and it looks like someone's looking for housing. Money helps with that.
I can laugh. You know, who knows? He might actually be funny.
Oh, Cedric's cool. Thank you, Cedric. Theodore?
I guess. I don't. Yeah, I guess. I guess if money's involved. Throw in a couple rats like you did when you made that giant fucking rat finger, and I'll be able to feed my snaky boy. And
Hey, where are my rats?
Oh yeah, you can see, Blake Sunny, that there is a snake with a little flaming tail on Theodis's shoulder.
Whoa, nice snake, dude. But they're not my rats.
Wait.
They're my friends.
I'm
I
at-
can give you a chicken.
Do owls like snakes?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Blake, when she says nice snake, it's just kind of more like a nice sandwich, dude. You gonna eat that?
don't worry, this is Leo. He's friendly, and I put a rat to his snoot.
And Leo, I'm sorry, just kind of licks over the rat and then playfully noms it.
Like
He's
Blake
cool.
saying that he's not eating the rat is like, oh, he is a cool snake. I like this dude. All right.
Full.
Yeah, you bring me a couple more rats, a couple of, a couple jink. I'll laugh at your friend.
Cool.
Friend.
3 rounds too. Let's go. And Blake will go off and fulfill this side quest for Ollie's sake. But on the way, we'll pass by that man with his sack, looking mournfully at it.
Yes, and you can hear him even whispering to himself, I know. You just get up the courage.
Hey, baby, what's a piece like you doing with a piece like that?
And he says, I was just imagining that I could go and make a art piece myself. But I'm scared. I'm scared of the judgment.
The judgment?
Well, I sort of have unusual, it's probably easier if I show you. And he opens his sack,
Oh.
and the gray elf who's sitting sort of by himself in the corner, and you can see that there is a constructed, it looks like some kind of skin suit, maybe made out of white husks or moth. Oh god, I'm thinking it's not quite like honeycombs, but
I know what you're talking
about. Yeah,
Chitin.
like the soul husks, sort of. It's like effervescent white, semi-solid, crystalline substance. That it looks like it sort of almost forms like a diver's suit.
Blake doesn't have her axe with her, but her hand instinctively goes to reach for it when she sees this fucking, suit. But she, gathers herself. And she's like, you can't show me something like that and not go on stage with it. Come on, dude. Wait, though, can you do me a favor?
What is it?
If you're going on, go on last. That way, you get less people to judge you, more buzz. And my friend Ollie always goes up first, and he cleans up. So,
make a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck, I have no charisma.
Oh, no.
She's very overbearing as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You should, totally go last.
It's a 9!
You can see that he shrugs his shoulders and says, I'm just not sure. Maybe I'll sign up.
Can I? Where's Cedric?
I assume that you would be with Theodis in your corner of the bar, but if you wanted to sort of move around, you could probably see the interaction from afar.
I'm interested. I see some weird kind of this guy showing Blake's in the sack. I'm like, I kind of want to see what's in this as well. So I'm going to come over and ask, what's happening? What's in the sack, dude?
He says, my name is Misto Allfoot, and these are the desiccated husks of hundreds of soul flies from the region of from the plains in Hades. And
can't say I've ever been.
Well, I had an idea of covering my body with this. I've sort of formed a suit here, and just sort of speaking my thoughts freely as a type of performance art. Though I'm worried that I face ridicule and humiliation. That is stupid.
That doesn't sound stupid, man. You could. People pay money to see that. You should get up on stage, get an audience. Who knows? People could really love it. You never know if you don't try to. You don't try.
You should also go on last.
God damn it.
You should go up last. I think
You're welcome to make a persuasion check, Cedric, if you would like.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Theodis? enjoying your roast pheasant? and
Yes,
strong ale?
I got a table at the front.
Mhm.
I take Leo and I put him down on the table, and
You
I start enjoying my
recognize-
pheasant.
You recognize a couple of magic traders on the opposite end of the bar who raise a mug in your direction and offer you the next round.
I raise my mug back, and I continue to enjoy while trying to give little bits of pheasant to Leo.
Yeah, Leo kind of nips at the pheasant and seems more satisfied by this than the rats.
We'll have to get you more pheasant, huh, buddy?
And it hisses.
I love you,
Um,
Leo. I love you so much. I would kill everyone and everything if something were to happen to you, and then myself.
You're not sure that the snake is able to understand, but it just kind of hisses its tongue out.
You just sniffing, huh? It's my good little man. It's my good little man.
Oh, I took the cats. I love it.
Meanwhile, back at the courthouse, it is now the guard's turn. The Mercy Killer is going to cast a spell. They have a ring, and they're going to use Detect Magic to detect illusion. I don't know if that's necessarily how that would work.
It would.
But I think that they
It would work.
could at least detect the presence.
It would work. I think.
You can sense the presence of magic. You can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic.
Oh, the invisible.
Because you're invisible.
But. Oh, wait, hold on. This is a different game. Oops.
I'm going to say that they are able to roughly tell where you are, but not exactly.
So yeah, he can tell that there is magic within 30 feet of him, just not where.
Yeah. Because of the nature of this guard, their high level and everything, I'm going to say that they say, "Give that to me," and they take the plane catcher.
Also it says in detect magic any visible creature.
Yeah, it does say any visible creature. So they're still going to have disadvantage, but they are going to attempt to capture you in this with disadvantage. And the highest that they roll is a 19.
To do
I don't know.
To hit my
This is
armor
an
class?
attack against your armor class, yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing. They hit me.
Okay.
Oh wait.
So
oh yeah, whatever.
They do 8 points of piercing damage, and your invisibility is rescinded, and you are unable to cast plane spells. And you can see that the harmonium kind of immediately take issue and say, "Hey, that's our mark." And one of them begins to engage with the Mercy Killer in order to try and get the plane catcher that has sort of caught itself around your shoulder and arm. And they have a brief standoff. Let me just see. Oof. Okay. The Harmonium Guard is able to snatch it away and say, "Guards, we have one."
My turn?
And yes, it is your turn, Bast.
I want to thunder wave every goddamn person between me and the door.
Do you need? I guess that.
Nope.
Because of
It's
the nature, it doesn't actually.
I'm a
block you from
warcaster.
doing that.
I'm a
Yeah.
warcaster, and it's vocal and somatic.
You should be able to do that.
Everyone in a 15-foot cube right in front of me, which should be between me and the door, needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
And they all fail.
They're all gonna take 7 points of damage and be thrown 10 feet. Just.
Okay, yeah, so you push back. Several guards, the Mercy Killer with its shield is pushed back, and also like half of the crowd is just.
Also, I assume the guy holding me, if he doesn't lose hold of the thing, he has to have pulled me along with him. Because physics.
Yeah, so you are also caught up and pulled with the guy who manages to maintain his grip on the plane catcher. And he says, "We need some manacles." And is that your turn, Bast?
So that was my
That was your action.
action.
You see that you're about 25 feet away from the entrance, but you obviously
Fuck, this
have
is
the
an
guard.
enormous room.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's a court building. It is
Yeah.
the grand entrance of this court building.
Fuck. Yeah, I just fucking I put my head down and I just start running.
And you're basically able to make it to the door with this person in tow, kind of attempting to drag you and hold you back.
Yep.
That's your turn?
Yep.
It is at this point that you hear the sound of manacles clasping around your legs. And you
Oh, you better kill me.
you're clubbed in the back of the head and everything goes black.
Oh, they just do 58 points of damage to me like that, Mr. DM? All right, I'll let it happen.
This is the better way, I promise.
Sure.
To hit you right in the spot.
Oh, yeah, right in my 58 damage spot.
Right on the back of the head. And
I like that the last thing you said was, "Oh, you better kill me."
yeah, right. Meanwhile, back at the Grim Journeyman, you can see that a drow woman is sitting on stage, and she is knitting ineffectually with some kind of like spider silk, and it looks as if she's trying to it looks almost like the form of a helm, and every time that the needle sort of is passed through, and she sort of creates this weaves, it's simultaneously destroying and creating her invention, which becomes a frustrated, discombobulated ball of web after several minutes. And she puts the needles down, crossed over this ball of web, and she walks off stage to, oh, wow. Oh.
Whoa. Christ. Huh. Cool.
And Ollie kind of gives an elbow over to his bugbear companion and says, "I'd let her spin me in a web."
No sex talk at my bar.
I'm sorry. You're a bit of a prude, Blake Sonny.
A bit of a prude. I'm a
For
lot
someone with so
unafraid.
many boyfriends.
Fucking. There's a time and a place. They're not
How
here.
come we never see your boyfriends at the Grim Journeyman, Blake, Sonny?
They don't know where I work or where I live. It's just, basic safety.
I guess you can never be too careful in this city.
Mm-hmm. So, one day I'm gonna find a boyfriend here, and that's the day I quit.
That'll be the day.
Right.
Yeah, meanwhile, I guess that Cedric, this random person, I want to say that their name was Misto Arlfoot, has given you the process, the blow by blow of the way that they extracted the insects that sort of made the soul flies and dried them out and turned that dried powder into a fabric-like substance from which they created this bodysuit and the symbolic meaning and mythology that it is related to. And they've been talking for several minutes about this.
I'm gonna say, are you gonna get up on stage then and show it off?
No, I can't. I won't.
That's a shame. I think Cedric's feeling a little sad, so I think I'm gonna go get it. Try a drink and try what drinking is, because I got shouted and I was kind of I think very disheartened. So I think
Yeah. So you
Cedric's
go up
gonna-
to the bar. Blake Sonny is there polishing. I like to imagine all ambient bartender NPC mode is just I'm polishing this glass.
Yeah, same.
It's the only prop I have, so I've got to
It's
do
the
it.
same glass. It's just the polishing glass. It's really, really nice, and all the rest of the ones are grimy.
Oh my god. That is actually canonically how Blake fucking works at this place.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Sounds
baby.
familiar to a bar I know. Yeah, I'm gonna ask for what's the strongest thing you've got?
You're drinking? Cedric, baby. What is the strongest thing we have? Do I know?
I've had a rough
Well,
day.
there are certain absinthes from like the Shadowfell that are very strong. They're made out of they call them death grapes or blood grapes.
Oh, baby.
Blood wine is a popular strong drink, but there are also just strong meads and ales. There are liqueurs. There's something. One of the more popular drinks is called a rainbow bowl, which is like a sling glass with several layers of strong. They say that it gives you kind of like a series of visions of the future.
It's like Red Bull.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I'm gonna,
So, like-
Blake, just give me whatever you think is I should try first. I've never really had anything, so you drink. You choose, Blake. You could choose.
Are we looking for suicidal strong, or are we looking for cool strong? Because there's two kinds of drinks here.
I don't know. I don't drink.
Okay, how about this? We roll a d20, and depending on how well you roll, that's like how positive the drink choice is.
You
roll
have
low,
a
it's the death drink.
yeah.
The death
Just
drink.
give us a d20 roll.
Do it.
Do it.
Where do I do that?
Oh, just click on the bottom left of your roll 20 thing, and it should have like a dice that has a d20 on it. Click on the d20 once, and then hit roll.
There you go.
Beautiful.
10.
Okay, so that's a rainbow ball, I think, because that's like a midway, like not too fucky, but it's still a bit like, oh, I don't want to do that.
It's a head rush, but it's also very pleasant and it's very sweet.
Cool.
So at the top of the rainbow bowl, there's this little swirling kind of mist. It's like you put dry ice in it that settles over the glass. And do you want your rainbow bowl to have violet at the top or red at the top?
I don't think Cedric minds. Cedric just doesn't want anything like tentacles or anything like that nasty stuff. Yeah, that was it. The Blue Lagoon that you saw like drinking.
Oh,
As long
God.
as
I
it's
give
not
him
got
a
that in
Blake
it.
the Blake special.
Oh no. Okay.
It's just a silly straw.
Yeah.
And the two of you look over in the tavern and you notice that the table where Theodis was sitting is empty.
Oh.
Their food is mostly finished and their strong ale has been drank. And Theodis, you turn your head and you suddenly find that you are in the long winding hallways of the city prisons. And there by your side is the Arcanoloth creature that you remember as Shemeshka the Marauder. And she turns
How
over
did I
to
get
you
here?
and she says, "I brought you here, son. You should
I was just sitting at a table. What?
Yes, but there are things that are far more important than your pheasant to worry about. I believe that the fate of this city will now rest in your hand. I have something to show you. Come, consider it a present." And she leads you down a long hallway, at the end of which there is a large vaulted cell, in the middle of which, under a spotlight, you can see Bast, who has magical manacles around each of his legs. He's been stripped of all of his armor. You can tell that he's been whipped, and all of his items are there in a pile next to him. And Shemeshka says, "I know the things that this creature has said about you, but you must remember my promise. I put him in your care, and now," and she goes over to the little pouch with the quicksilver, and she hands it to you. And she says, "This will be yours to do with what you wish." And it is, more importantly, because of my social connections, your destiny to decide the fate of this poor creature. And she points over towards Bast. What would you have us do? Public execution? Death by the worm? Perhaps put in one of the ladies' mazes to wander for eternity? Or, and she pulls out the Vorpal blade, perhaps you could use this magical relic of enormous power to destroy this creature's soul in all time. What would you do, Theodis, now that you have the power? And Bast, you begin to sort of come to.
Right now, all I can think about is Steve Harvey saying, "I don't want to host this show no more. Life has no purpose, no meaning." That's all I can think about right now. Yeah, I start coming to. I don't want to host this show no more.
You decide his.
I take the Quicksilver.
Yes, you do. And
I take the Quicksilver, put it in my pocket.
The Vorpal blade she also hands out to you. Though she points at it at Bast.
What's wrong with you?
Perhaps this would be
Tell you what.
enough. Clean, painless, not to weigh on your conscience.
I don't particularly like this man. I don't. He's a brute. He's very erratic, and he does as he pleases. And you can probably hear me saying all this, Keaton.
And he's been incorrigible to you. Has humiliated you caused you pain.
You better fucking kill me.
But most importantly, beyond all the throwing and the name calling and all that, he's very important to me. I can feel it. Maybe not in the long spectrum of being my friend, but there's something about him. It might not be his attitude, but there's something about him that I know I need him for. I can't execute this man.
Our other
Maybe not as a
arcane
maybe not as a friend. I
warriors.
could.
There are other fighters and sell swords and war casters and mages. The city is crawling with them.
There might
They
be plenty.
would not offer you the same courtesy if they were in your position now.
There
Don't
might
you
be
think?
plenty of warcasters and goat people like him, but there's none that are him. He's a special case. I can't quite put my finger on it, but
It seems that he is special only in his capacity to abandon you at every turn.
if that's the case, then I want him. I don't want any other warcaster that would follow or obey my rules or my laws or
Well,
any of that.
perhaps there is a way that we can set this into stone and he could really be the protector and defender that we've hoped in our schemes. And the creature takes out a little helmet, like a leather helmet, and says, "This is the helmet of Gaius. And we could use it to make them always protect and defend you, and to
Yes.
never usurp your authority, and to make sure that you are the guardian of this magical item, in which you will be, and which will decide the fate of the city." Perhaps that is the only way that we could trust this creature, who I believe, personally, is better off dead. Meanwhile, what do Cedric and Bast do, realizing that Theodos is missing?
Past?
I mean, Cedric and Blake Sunny. So sorry.
It's chill. We're both B names. It's absolutely chill. So, like, the kid's gone.
Can I sense for some
Probably
do some divine sense?
not. No. If you use divine sense, then you probably are able to detect the presence of an undead. But you look over and you can see that there's a vampire who's sitting in one of the corner booths eating a steak, a very bloody steak.
Classic.
He sort of looks up at you.
Yeah. I just got. I don't know. I'm gonna go and inspect the table we'll see. Is there any clues around? Or...
Make an Arcana check.
Two.
No, there's no discernible evidence of Blake Sunny having ever been there besides the food and the beer.
You mean Theodos?
I'm sorry. Fuck. God damn it.
Wow.
It's the Malmsey. It's the
The
Malmsey.
Malmsey. The 10-year budget. Fucking Blake is gonna go over
It's that
and
10th
like
year.
be cleaning up, but like also kind of like help Cedric in his investigations and be like,
Mhm.
"You're not drunk enough. If you're worrying about the kid, you're not drunk enough." But I will investigate too.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a constitution check, Cedric.
Oh, Did you get my roll?
Yeah. Awesome.
No.
I love this combination of things. So, Cedric, you begin to feel very faint and lightheaded, and it's almost like you have kind of an out-of-body experience. And there's a moment where you see yourself sort of searching out through the plains, and you see another figure there beside you with wizard robes, and they're almost like a silvery, misty, ephemeral figure with a little silver thread coming out from their belly button, and they're spinning next to you, and then you come back to, and you feel kind of dizzy and lightheaded. Blake, Sonny, the only thing that you're able to ascertain other than that Cedric has most likely been teleported away magically is
Theodus, right?
oh fuck, Theodus, yeah. Every single one.
No.
Ugh, so
We haven't
bad.
had Groot yet. It's okay.
Other than Theodus having been taken away probably magically, is that underneath the table you notice carved into it is an insignia for the well, it's some kind of insignia that's been blurred away. Like it was there and someone crossed it out. You assume it's for one of the factions.
Oh no. Like Blake's like, Cedric, have a look. And then she'll like look over and see Cedric, like eyes rolled back, having his vision, and just be like, ah, fuck.
And that's the point that Cedric snaps back to reality.
Yo,
Yeah, hello?
see anything good?
I have no idea what it was I saw. I'm confused and I have questions.
Yeah, that's drinking for you. Have a look at this. And I'll get you to inspect the little rune.
Yeah, you can see it's almost just like a circle that had some kind of particular image carved into it, but that image has been worn away.
I guess I have no idea what this is.
No, but Blake, Sonny, you presume, after a little bit of time inspecting it, that it is probably the image of the Chaositex.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You know that the Grim Journeyman is more formally associated with the Bleak Cabal.
Yeah.
And you also know that there is a safe room in the basement that, in the worst case scenario, would probably be one of the safer places in the city for you to hide out in the event of sort of impending danger.
Sweet. That's very nice to know. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to inform the boss about this, but also I want to see if Ollie's doing... Ollie's performing yet.
Ollie
I have priorities.
is now over at the table with the vampire and his bugbear friend, and they're just talking. You know that
Oh, fuck.
Ollie rarely does stand up or improv on performance art night, and probably especially won't because of what happened recently.
Ah, shit. Okay, I've been trying to build up his confidence, but this works. Cool.
You
I
think
don't know
that
this
they're getting on well.
Because I didn't roll high enough. Only Cedric knows that.
You can probably recognize them. You would know them as because they're part of Ollie's improv group, the Dirtbag Citizens Brigade. It is their name is Lord Blagula. They're sort of like the wild card. They're like Niles. They
You mean my
really
favorite
commit
trait?
to the bit. Yes.
Yeah. Oh shit! I do want to see Lord Blagula, but we should probably find the kid.
Meanwhile,
You got any
Back.
ideas?
at the prison, Theodus, you're saying that
So-
you... Yeah, what do you say?
So, we were cutting out a little bit in and out, so I have a general idea of what's happening. I was placed in front of Bast and approached by Shemeshka, and she said, "We can kill this brute for you.
Or you can cast a Gaius to make them protect you and and recognize your rightful ownership of Quicksilver."
And I rudely corrected Derek on the pronunciation. It's apparently Gesh.
Is it?
Yes.
Gash?
Yeah.
Wow. That's not how anyone says it.
Yeah, well.
That's fine. I didn't hear you correct me. Sorry.
And then she offered me that helm. And that's the Gaish. Is that
to
correct?
use the helm on Bass.
Does Theodos know what a Gesh is?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Make an Arcana check, Theodos.
Kind of check.
At Arcana.
Am I not coming in?
I hear you fine.
Okay. I can
No,
hear
y'all are
myself through the interface, but I don't always see it.
coming in fine. I think something's going on with my Wi-Fi connection right now. I can fix it.
You recognize the spell, Theodos. It's like a high-level command.
Did
You know that if they fail to...
Did you not hear Derek at all there, Travis?
No, I can't. Like, it keeps cutting in and out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna fix it.
Okay. We can take a 5.
I can get another drink.
That is just as well by me.
Yeah.
Hello? Keaton?
What?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason, my Wi-Fi is cutting in and out. Okay. So, I know what this helm is.
Derek wanted you to make an Arcana check to see what you knew about the spell Gesh.
Yes, and I got a 21. Oh, but they're gone right now.
Yeah, I told him, let's just take 5 when you got up, because David had also stepped away.
We turn Groovy down.
Dude, the fucking music during the scene, whenever, like, you came into the prisons, was just fucking perfect.
Oh, it really was.
Like,
I was thinking that
the
too.
whole time. I can't wait to watch that back. Because, like, it was, like, nice and hopeful when you were being nice, but then when she started talking about Geshes, it started getting really dark.
Yeah. I won't have my webcam, but I'll still be here.
You could do what I do and have 2 accounts.
I could, actually.
I've got my Kyber cam on my phone, and then got my audio going through my main one.
I have to make another Discord account, don't I?
Yeah. It's not the easiest. It's not like this, it's simple, but, it's kind of, it's got to make 2 accounts, have 2 different instances running. I'm sure there's some way to, like, have 2 instances of Discord running on a computer or on a phone at a time. I just don't feel like going through the process.
Excuse me. I want some Chipotle.
think I'm gonna run off to Game Master.
Oh yeah,
After
why?
this. I really need a you know that book that you keep all your monster cards in for
Oh
D&D?
yeah.
Yeah,
One of
I really
those
need a
card
plastic
binders.
yeah, I need like plastic sleeves so I can view all my cards. I got a bunch of Warhammer cards that I can't organize very well.
They do a card game now.
No, there's a bunch of things that give you points for winning called victory points.
Wow.
And there's like a case of like 50 cards that you can use at any time, and so I just need them all presented in front of me nicely whenever I use it.
I'd say I respect that, but at the same time, I'm like, are you a Warhammer? Are you sure? So expensive.
Warhammer's
Bro.
fantastic.
I think I've paid at least $400 up to $400 now on Warhammer.
Games
That's not-
Workshop is based
Okay.
out in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
this is my most probably well painted model.
Oh, he's cute.
Oh, nice.
It's,
That's
Armor the
Chaos
Warglaive. It's
Oh,
just a normal Warglaive, it's not a Chaos one. Can you guess what color I like to paint?
blue.
And then
Is that a Chaos Knight? Or
Finally,
is that like a
I
Grey
bought this
Knight?
one off eBay, but it's also probably the second best thing painted.
nice.
Oh man.
Oh, I've
It's an upper
literally
one.
have that same exact one.
What is that?
Warhammer.
This Warhammer.
Oh, right.
I have another one that I've not made yet, which is the same one, but
I literally have that same exact.
I got this far. This is the new one. It's like the
Oh,
whole size of it.
sick.
It's like it's called a Redemptor one. I've not even started it pretty much, but I've got
A Redemptor ridden up.
the bigger.
Hold up. The only thing I know about Warhammer is the thing I just posted. It's like a story about like
Yeah.
two super
Oh.
competitive Warhammer gamers.
These
How
which are
one was-
magnets.
Oh,
Which
one of them kind of looks like
magnetize the arms.
I did that. I did that recently to my arms for my dreadnought.
I've only
I
ever
really want to
played.
do it on the big one.
I've only ever played the role-playing game Warhammer 40k, Dark Heresy, and it was by someone who was running it, like who had been like into it for a long time, and he had like had this campaign that he had run these veterans through, and all of us were new players, and these veterans had like never like beaten it or anything like that, I think, but all of us new players just we broke the game so much, and him, that in the final boss fight against the God Emperor, he rolled a natural 1 on a D100 on like a what is like the Void or the Rift in Warhammer or whatever, and like the Void ripped open and it sucked in the God Emperor because he rolled a 1 on the D100 to determine the effect, and then he had to roll to determine the magnitude, and he rolled a 100 afterwards.
I remember this story, yeah.
And so, in the end of our campaign, the God Emperor got sucked into the void, and our characters became demigods. We sent a solar system into an ice age to save the universe, or something like that. I don't quite
I
remember.
don't think I ever appreciated that was Warhammer?
Yeah,
Weird.
that was Warhammer.
That sounds like heresy to me.
Yep, Dark Heresy.
Yeah.
It was Dark Heresy.
It sounds like complete.
Oh, absolute heresy.
What do you mean?
Yes. No. Like that session, the GM, he lost his fucking mind. He rolled the 1 in the 100, and he just put his head in his hands, and for like 30 minutes he was just sitting there like rolling on the ground. I have the D100 still as a trophy somewhere in here. I have it. I kept it. He didn't want it after that. He would never touch it again, and I've kept it as a trophy.
Wow.
That's
I'm-
fucking strong. That's psychic
I'm
damage
still
IRL.
I'm still on my first dice set. I'm still due to get my second set of full dice. I lost.
You
some of
guys
the
have
ones.
dice.
Here it is.
I have my skull jar. Like, Derek's are still the favorite dice that I actually own because I always roll really fucking high on them.
This is
And they sound so powerful.
This is the
That
D100 that
D100,
killed the God
yeah.
Emperor.
Then, how could you ever? How could you ever tell when you roll that? Like,
You
That's
just look at
so
the
many
top.
numbers.
There's
It's-
a little marker.
It's there's no
Oh.
marker. It's just it rolls flat, and then you look at the
There.
one on the top. You gotta look close. It's old. It just comes apart, and it's filled with just rocks to like
Wow.
balance it around. Anyway,
All right.
Anyway, Travis, could you put your camera on?
I can't actually, sadly.
Oh, sorry. It's fine.
But I won't be cutting, or I won't have you all keep cutting in and out now. So
That is the connectivity issue.
yeah, it's on my
It's
end.
okay. Oh, hopefully we can get it figured out soon. But either way, we appreciate having you on.
Well, I got a 21 for that Arcana check.
So, yeah, you are able to recognize the spell, and you think that this is just an item that is imbued or enchanted with that spell, but you also sort of can tell intuitively that this is going to be like a magical function that is kind of homespun and you think it's going to be something like a lobotomy with your roll.
I'm not trying to get lobotomized.
you're not
It would
trying to
be
let
on
me
Bath.
be lobotomized.
Oof.
I don't like this.
To
at
do
all.
what she wants me to, you want me to do.
She
Yeah.
says that it will ensure that Bass doesn't try to take the Quicksilver from you and to retaliate. She says you can hear what he's saying. You'd rather have us kill him than lose this treasure. Which
Can I hear
feel
all
he
of this?
Scarcely understands. You're I'm sorry.
Can I hear all of this?
Yeah,
You
you're
can
waiting.
hear most of this, yeah.
Do I get a say?
And they both sort of look over at you. And Shemeshka calls out, "No, you don't get a say, you brute."
Let him speak. That's rude.
Theodis's decision.
Go ahead and speak, Bast.
Are the only two options the Gesh or killing me? Or is there a third one?
None that satisfies me.
What do you give a shit about her, kid?
You know, she's given me a lot of good info. But, Bast, I would never kill you. You're one
You-
of a kind. You might
you-
be rude.
You better fucking kill me if you think about using that helmet on me. I'd rather fucking die.
I cast blindness on Shemeshka.
Oh.
What's your spell save DC?
Let me see. Blindness, it's a boon. It is going to be... What the hell? Oh, it's part of my equipment. 15.
She passes.
Damn it. Oh, no.
She sort of waves your spell effect away and says, "Do not trifle with me, young man."
Fast, we're gonna get out of here. And then I
Okay.
cast command.
What do you command?
I say flee, and she needs to make another 15 wisdom save.
And she passes still, and you can hear the effect of your spell's negation just in the walls.
Son of a bitch!
And
That was
She
stupid, kid, but
becomes-
nice.
infused in the darkness of the room, like a shadowy void in the space itself, and you hear some kind of infernal voice. You speak infernal, don't you?
Yes.
So you hear a voice in infernal that says, "Would you really defy me?"
I run over to Best. I start trying to unlock him.
Hey kid, I pissed myself.
Hey, buddy, this is the one time that I do not care about that.
Me too, dude. Me too.
Make
Listen.
a strength, or probably more realistically, an arcana check.
Arcana. Okay. Damn it.
You aren't able to make any heads or tails. There's no slot in which these manacles seem to unlock. And you feel and hear the darkness of this room reverberating, and the door kind of shakes on its hinges. It hasn't been closed all of the way.
Listen, buddy, I gotta get you out of here.
Okay,
You're gonna have to work with me here.
I'll
The
try.
voice in Infernal says, "If you do not submit, I can kill you both."
That's becoming equitable. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf.
What do you do, Theodis? Doesn't seem like you're able to break the manacles. You know that the manacles of the Harmonium and the Mercy Killers are especially difficult, even for seasoned rogues to break out of. And that they also have anti-magical properties, and in some capacity still are magical locks, which is another difficult wrinkle.
Okay, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So do I have 58 hit points, or what's going on?
You
with
do
me?
have 58 hit points. We'll say that you've taken 12 points of piercing damage in the transportation and roughage.
Got it.
But you are manacled to this chair, which is nailed to the floor.
I want to flex and bust out.
I wanna help. I wanna try and pull off this.
Oh, kid, I can't grow. I already used up all my big juice. I only got little juice left.
I'm gonna get you out of here, dude.
And so you just continue to struggle
Oh,
and
can I
try
try?
and help
Do I think
Bass.
acid might help with this?
You're not sure, but all of your items, everything that you had
I don't
on
need it.
you,
I
is
don't
in
need
a
items.
pile next to you. Okay.
Oh, I do need a rotten bit of food.
Oh, yeah, you don't have that.
Did Theodis keep the pheasant? If only.
It was on the
I have-
table. We had.
I have
Yes.
rat.
Oh, it was.
I have some rat.
Oh my god.
Make your snake cough up a half-digested rat.
This darkness continues to radiate in the space around you, and the voice says, "Kill him. It is the easiest way to secure your power.
I won't kill him! I scream into the darkness.
Kill him now.
No!
It is too late,
And I,
forsaken child."
I'm gonna try and break the chair off the nails into the ground. I'm gonna summon all my strength.
Make a strength check. Or if you want to do Eldritch Blast, since that yours are forceful, you think that might.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one.
Right.
Give it a second so it doesn't roll the same thing again.
Smart.
Don't know if I hit a sitting
You do
chair.
hit with 19, and it does some damage, but you don't think that it's enough.
Can I
just
thunder
yet.
wave down at the
Um,
same time?
I mean, Thunderwave is kind of in every direction. so
No,
it
it's
would...
not. It is a 15-foot cube
Oh,
that I
it's a
choose in
force.
in front of my hands. You can
Yeah.
put it above you. You can put it in front of you. I'm gonna try and put it below me.
Do you need somatic components because you're?
I mean, I do. It is vocal and somatic. I was.
You are restrained.
Got it.
Your limbs are also restrained to this chair.
Actually, let me just double check something real quick.
Yeah, if you have something like a subtle spell.
No, but I can perform the somatic components of spells when I have weapons in both of my hands. Is what Warcaster gives me.
Right.
So like I'm like able to do somatic stuff like in a limited
Just
range.
through the weapons, yeah.
Or just in a limited range of motion or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's still up to you. I understand if I'm still restrained because that is how it works.
I think that if you maybe had weapons, then you could.
Kid, put a dagger in my hand.
What?
Put a dagger in my hand. Just do it.
Okay, I go in. I grab the daggers that I have on me. I have 2 daggers, and I give. I put both of them in each hand.
And then I just squeeze the dagger and point it down, or like try and twist my wrist in the manacle down and cast Thunderwave through it down.
Cool. Let me just roll damage.
All right. It's loud, by the way. It's very, very loud.
It reverberates through the space, yeah.
That's gonna be 13.
It
Ooh.
doesn't have a substantial effect on the ground itself, but you can feel the bolts in the chair loosen.
I was hoping to be like, kind of rocket myself up off the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't quite come off of its set, but it does loosen a bit. The voice continues in Infernal. It is time. Now you must kill him. Don't! No!
I won't kill him!
Then you will both be left here to rot. And the darkness coalesces outside of the door, and the cell slams shut. Poof. And you two are left there together in darkness.
That's fine. We're cool. We're good.
And that's where we're going to end our session.
Cool. Well, this is a fun one.
Good.
That was really good.
Yeah, I hope that it wasn't too kind of imbalanced, unbalanced.
I enjoyed the plot enough to make up for it.
Yeah, and I really liked the. Oh, go on.
Oh yeah, I think it's just fun to see the difference, the scene, like the difference, the energy level, the weird performance art things happening, kind of on the opposite end of the craziest like security nightmare riot.
Yeah.
Things have been getting hectic.
I started making a new character during that session.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I have a new character concept ready.
That's cool. I think that might be like, I was thinking about it and inadvertently, like, this is the way that things were going to play out, but like in the back of my head I was also just thinking it might be more kind of proactive, or like the tensions in the party might be kind of lessened with a different character. But whatever happens, I think this has been a really like an interesting one, and I hope that Joe and David, you haven't felt too much in like the back burner kind of space.
No, I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all.
We've had little developments, but they've been fun to like deal with. Like the fucking moth suit man. Like
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird one.
and Cedric's first alcohol. Like I'm very fine with all of us.
Yeah, and you went to the astral plane.
Yeah. And had a weird vision.
Well, I'm going to end the recording here. Goodbye, any of our
Cool.
viewers.
Bye, everyone. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Peace.